What is up, everybody? It is me, Sergeant Goofball here, and today we're going to be doing, well, this is like a couple hours after I did part 1 to this, and basically, this is part 2 to what if Deku had the Master Quirk? And then, basically, so let's get into the video. So we left off at the Hero vs. Villains arc. So before the sports festival, the day before. I'm sorry, guys. Siblings, you know how they can be. My sister walked in. Now, like I was saying before, this after the Hero versus Villain arc, basically the day before. I mean after the sports festival arc, the day before, Deku's basically spends all day training, but while he's training, he goes on to see. But when he's training, he goes on to see Todoroki at the beach. Like, on the other side of the beach, though, he goes on to see Todoroki at the beach, training her ice quirk, trying to make it stronger. Deku goes on to say, she has half and hot, doesn't she? Half hot, half cold, doesn't she? Why is she only using her cold power? Deku sees this now, however, is, oh guys, in case you didn't watch the last video, or forgot, I made Todoroki a girl. So, Deku goes on to say, what a moron. And then, basically, goes on to say, what a moron, as he shakes his head in disappointment. Todoroki just stands there training, trying to get stronger and stronger so she can beat Deku. And show him that she is more superior. Fuck, my battery's dead. So she can show him that she is more superior to him, but she's not, nowhere near. And basically Deku starts to train a bit more. And then after all that intense training, goes home to hear somebody calling his name. So he immediately thinks it's his mom, but goes on to follow the calling of his name. To hear his little sister's voice. As he got closer, he's saying that's not mom's voice. As he goes on to see his little sister calling him. Deku is like shocked, saying, she's only 1. And yet she's learning how to talk. And why is she saying my name? Why is she saying my name? Okay, that's weird. I guess I should be happy, but she should be saying mom's name. Deku goes up to wake up his mom, saying, Mom, Izumi's talking. Inko goes downstairs to hear Izumi calling Izuku's name, saying, Izuku. As Inko getting a little disappointed that her first words wasn't mommy. Inko gets a little bit disappointed, like not, like sad and disappointed. And basically she puts Izumi back to sleep and gets ready for the next day. And it's the next day, and it is time for the sports festival. Now, with that being said, at the sports festival, Midnight goes to call up the 1A class representative, as it is Deku. I forgot to tell you, it is Deku, and the vice president or rep is Momo. Deku goes up there and says, may you all give it your best, and no matter what, may all you try to succeed for second place. Everybody hears this, gets mad, saying, what? Who's this cocky bastard think he is? Izuku says, well, at least you get second place. As somebody starts to throw stuff up there, getting angry, and everybody else follows as they start throwing garbage up at Izuku. Now, where are they getting this garbage from? Who knows? It's an anime logic. Anime logic. Who knows? As everybody is just throwing stuff at Izuku, and then standing there, Izuku says, "What? I'm telling the truth. I'm being as nice as I possibly can. The best you guys can do is go for second place." Everybody gets very pissed off at this, and then as they start to use the quirk, um, Midnight puts them all to sleep because it was getting out of hand at this point, and she starts to scold Deku, like in a very seduction way. This kind of phases Deku as you can see, his nose is starting to bleed on the inside a little bit, and before he can come out, he instantly pretends like he's wiping his nose, like moving his nose around as for not the blood to come out, for blood not to come out. Now, back to the beginning. Now back to the sports festival. I forgot what the first thing was. Yes, I believe it was the race. Now, instantly the race begins. Deku sits there and waits for about like 50 seconds. Everybody says, "How cocky can one guy be? He really think he can give? He think he can beat anybody now?" As Deku instantly, within the blink of an eye, he wasn't even using a teleportation quirk. Teleportation quirk. Teleportation quirk. He instantly, at the finish line, everybody is just shocked and it is in disbelief. Like how do you, what is this quirk? Everybody asks, as everybody from 1A isn't really that surprised at this point. They know Deku very well. They know his power. As basically and then as basically it is, like basically, I'm at a loss of words. Shoots. I mean, yeah, it's time for the Cavalier. Time for Cavalier battle as Deku has 10 points. Now, nobody wants to team up with Deku, like nobody at all. Uraraka and Mai think about it for a second as they decide to team up with Deku. Now, it goes the same as the anime, except for Deku puts a force field around them, and the only person, like everybody started to give up after a while, but the only person the only two people that tried to stay there and like really go at it was Bakugo and Todoroki. As Bakugo just wanted to Bakugo doesn't really hate Deku. He actually considers Deku as a close friend. He just wants to prove to Deku that he was like he deserved the court that he gave him, and also to prove that that he should consider him as a rival. And Todoroki just being the point that she wants to beat him to a bloody pulp. That's just the pulp. I mean, that's just the reason why she's trying to break trying to break the barrier or the force field. That's basically the only reason she wants to break it. That means that time runs up and says, "Well, everybody, time is run up, and it is time for the one-on-one battle." As basically, it's time for the one-on-one battle. Now, the first person, that is drawn up there is Deku versus Shinso. Shinso tries to get in his head by saying, "Oh, that's a pretty cool quirk you have there." As Deku agrees with him in his mind, saying, "Yeah, I do have a pretty cool quirk." And then that's when Shinso will see it's not working, so that's when he'll go and say stuff about his mother. Deku gets a little bit pissed off, and then that's when that Shinzo starts to talk about his siblings, like his sister, basically. Like Shinzo doesn't know he has a sister, but he's just gonna go and guess that he has some type of siblings, and he basically goes on to mock his siblings. Deku hears this as he says, Fine, let me beat you at your own game. Shinzo says, what? And then all of a sudden, his pupils vanish as Shinzo is now mindless. And then Deku says, walk out of the arena. Shinzo instantly, he didn't even put up any signs of a struggle. He instantly says, okay, as he walks out of the arena. Now, Deku lets go of Shinzo, and Shinzo's like, what? What happened? And that's when Deku says, before you try to mock other people's family, and try to talk about how bad your quirk is and how great everybody else's quirk, Deku goes on to say, learn how to control your. Learn how to use your quirk for good, and learn how to train your quirk. And also, you ever talk about my family again, I will throw you in another dimension where there is nothing but misery and pain and sorrow. Shinzo can see the like the I'm not kidding expression on Izuku's face, and in fear he says, "Okay, I'm sorry." And Deku walks away. And now the other matches go on as the same as in, basically the normal sports festival. And now it is Deku versus Todoroki. Todoroki goes on to say, Midoriya, I'm only going to defeat you using 50% of my power. Just using my ice. Deku hears this, and then instantly, he starts cracking up. He starts to laugh so hard, he thought he was about to choke. He was choking from laughter. Everybody just looks at Deku like, why is he laughing so hard? As Todoroki gets pissed off even more, to the point where, like, in this version, Todoroki Ice is more powerful than the original, as she's been training her ice so she can defeat Deku just by using her ice. Deku goes in, and when he stops laughing, just as Todoroki fires a giant ice shard at Deku, Deku instantly stops laughing, punching the ice shard, breaking it. Yeah, sure. It did, like, destroy his hand a little bit, but then that's when his hand starts to go back. All the blood starts to go back in the wound, and the wound starts to sew up by itself. He says this regeneration quirk is very useful, as he looks at his hand. Now, everybody sees this like, what? Uh-huh. How many quirks does this kid have? As everybody from UA, again, is not fazed by this. So then, that's when Deku gets a serious expression on his face, asking, why don't you want to use your fire? And Todoroki goes on to say, what? Because I will never use my father's quirk. I will never give him the satisfaction of seeing me using his quirk. And seeing me using his quirk. And before she can finish, Deku said, whose quirk? As Todoroki shuts up for a second, and just as she's about to say something else, he yells, Who quirk is it really? Is it your dad's quirk or is it yours? Whose body is it? Whose body does the quirk belong to? Yours or his? So what? You hate your father. So what? So what? So what? But he goes on to say, so what? It's not his quirk, it's your quirk. Hell, your father has hell flames. Yours is half hot, half cold. And when that is not your father's quirk, that's your quirk. You are in half and half quirk. So what? So what if you only got your quirk because of your father? That doesn't make it your father's quirk. It's not his quirk. It is yours. Hell, and if you still won't listen to me, if you want me to, I'll take it away after this. As everybody hears is like, what? He could take away quirks? And then that's when Todoroki goes in to say, Shoto is left speechless. I can't remember her name. Tokoroti. Toguroli. I forgot his name. I forgot her name. Fuck. I'm gonna start saying Shoto. Shoto is left speechless after hearing this, and she tries to argue with Deku, but Deku instantly goes up and grabbing her by the collar, saying, "Shoto, that isn't your father's quirk. It is yours. Now I want you to show me that you're worthy. And after this battle, if you want me to, I'll take it away. Hell, I'll even give you a better quirk. I'll even give you a better fire quirk than the one you already have now. Hell, I give you a more powerful ice quirk than the one you have now. And all you have to do is prove yourself to me. Prove to me that you deserve it. And fight me using 100% of your power. Fight me with every drop, every sweat, with your blood, sweat, and tears. Fight me with every drop of it. Hold nothing back against me." Um, Todoroki starts basically as in the fuck. Deku basically looks at Todoroki in the eyes and says, "Also, you think you're a monster, you think your father's a monster, so if you use his quirk, you're a monster too, right? Well, guess what? You're wrong. You're not a monster. You are a hardworking person who I can see who try. I saw you at the beach the other day. You work hard and you train hard just to get where you're at today. But Todoroki, you must understand that quirk isn't your father's. It is yours. And which means your quirk can even one day surpass your father's. You can beat your father and show him that that you defy him. Show him instead of beating All Might that you're going to beat him. And use your father's quirk. It doesn't make you a monster. If anything, it makes you a hero." Todoroki hears this as some type of feeling starts to come towards her chest like an arrow. She just ignores this and puts it off to the side as she says, "Fine. Since you wanted this, you got it." As half her body starts to develop in flames, and the other half starts to become all cold and like frostbite-ish. Now, with the stomp of her feet, like tons of ice come flying towards Deku. The Deku instantly shatters the ice using his ice, basically. Deku says, "I'll only limit myself to only using your quirk." As Deku starts to throw fire and ice at Todoroki doing the same. They go back and forth between the both of them. Deku can see how hard Todoroki is working just to defeat him, and says, "You've proven to me," as he chuckles to himself. As he basically, with one giant stomp, he freezes the entire arena. Not the people sitting down, but just like the inside of the arena. He freezes it as Todoroki envelops in ice. Everybody's like, "What?" You can tell there's some serious power coming off of this kid. As all the heroes starts to basically all the heroes are just in a disbelief, like saying, "What? How? How? How can a kid his age be this powerful?" Some of them even goes on to think. One of them says he might just be powerful than All Might. As the other starts to say, "No, that's not possible. So what are the kids that powerful? He shouldn't be more powerful than All Might. He shouldn't be, right?" As they're not sure if he is or isn't at this point. As the match ends saying, Midoriya, Izuku Midoriya wins the battle as President Mike says. And now it is it is Bakugo versus Deku. Bakugo actually has been training since the heroes versus villain thing. Now Bakugo can use his blue explosion quirk up to 20 times a day. Sooner or later, he's gonna end up being able to lose it forever as long as he wants. He could use it for 20 times a day. Now, that being said, Bakugo says, "Let's go, Deku." Yeah, as basically as Deku creates the same quirk as he gave to Bakugo. Basically creating the same quirk as Bakugo. Deku starts to use his explosion. Bakugo starts to use his explosions, and their explosions go left and right, left to right, left to right, back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now Deku and Bakugo end up getting serious burns from this, but due to Deku's regeneration quirk, the burns, as fast as they appear, they disappear. On Bakugo, on the other hand, he actually has a very high resistance to fire, seeing how as he trains his quirk daily, non-stop, basically. He has a very high resistance to fire. He still gets burned, but not as much as Deku do. And then with one final explosion, Bakugo and Deku uses the biggest blue explosion they can, basically fist bumping each other, as Bakugo goes flying, and Deku goes basically back to the edge of the arena, like not getting out of the arena, just barely though, as his arm is completely destroyed as it slowly starts to regenerate itself. Bakugo, on the other hand, arm is completely destroyed, like All Might injury. I like that injury on All Might's side. Like that's how bad Todoroki's arm is. Heck, his hand even starts to float. Like his hand flew off too. And as he gets sent out of the arena. Now instantly everybody starts to scream as Deku's arm starts to regenerate and he walks towards Bakugo. He instantly starts to put like this green aura emitting off of him as he starts to heal Bakugo. His hand, like all that blood that he lost, instantly starts to close back in. His wound starts to close again. As everybody sees, is like a healing quirk too, and an explosion quirk. Does he have some type of copy quirk? As everybody is like confused about this, but they're just like, what? How powerful is this kid? As he basically, he basically heals up Bakugo's arm instantly, as it goes back to normal. Bakugo says, Midoriya puts out a hand towards Bakugo, saying, "Here, let's get up." Bakugo takes it and says, "Thanks, man. Next time, try not to basically blow off my freaking arm." Bakugo yells at Deku, and Deku gets rubs the back of his head, saying, "I'm sorry about that." As basically Midoriya goes on to become first place. Now Midoriya is now first place, as now back towards Todoroki. After Todoroki lost, she starts to feel some weird aching in her chest. Don't get any weird feeling. Don't get any weird thoughts, you guys. Don't be dirty. She starts to get these weird feelings developing inside of her chest, basically within her heart, as she starts to look at Midoriya in a weird way, like not with hatred, not with intent. It's the exact opposite. She doesn't understand this, as she's confused, very, very, very confused. She's kind of scared at saying, "What is this feeling? It's weird. It's light, and I'm just gonna ignore it." As she tries to ignore it, and basically after the sports festival, Deku goes on to basically congratulate Todoroki and Bakugo, Um, First he congratulates Bakugo, and then he tries to congratulate Todoroki, but then as soon as he touches her hand, she begins to become beet red, as she can tell her heart is starting to increase very rapidly. As Deku sees this, he starts to grin. What's the matter? You sick? As he knows exactly what this is, as he isn't dense, he's actually very smart. He knows exactly what this is. And he actually somewhat kind of feels the same way. As as Deku goes on his mind saying, I'm gonna let her figure this out herself. As for some weird reason, Todoroki gets the urge to basically, in her head, she says, I need to run away, I need to run away, I need to run away. Her instincts are telling her this as she does it. So after the sports festival, basically, Izawa goes on to say, well, everybody, I don't get paid enough, but it's time for you guys to get applications to work for a hero. Basically going to go visit other heroes. I meant to work under heroes. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what it's called, but yeah, everybody gets recommendations. Now, Izuku gets a whole lot of recommendations from pro heroes themselves, from like the top, some of them, 3 of them from like the top 10 hero. One from, oops, one from, Endeavor, and basically from like the top 10 heroes. 3 of them from the top 10 heroes, others from very basically famous heroes. As everybody would look at Deku saying, dang, Deku. As everybody is like, what? Huh. It seems Deku's become very popular with the heroes, as with the pro heroes, as everybody just look at the giant pile of invitations on Deku's thing. Now, Deku instantly goes off to work under Endeavor. You know, Todoroki goes off to work under his father as well. Under her father as well. I keep forgetting I turned him into a girl. Goes to work under her father as well. They both get there. Midoriya getting there first. As Todoroki kicks down the door in a very grumpy mood, saying, "I'm here, old man." As she looks at Midoriya, as she starts to instantly turn boiling hot red, as her heart starts to beat very fast, as she slowly walks in, saying, "Hey, hey, hey Midoriya." As Endeavor sees this, like, what? Is she sick? Are you? He goes in to say, Todoroki, if you're sick, go to recovery, girl. As she turns back and no one's saying, shut the hell up, old man. And then Endeavor goes and say, who the hell are you talking to like that? As they starts to fight for 20 minutes straight. As Deku after the 20 minutes, Deku says, enough. Now, I'm here to work under you, so I can basically get experience learning how to be a hero. Now, with that being said, Todoroki, they go out on patrol. You know, like going patrolling, doing their stuff. As they hear explosions all over the city. Now, at this point, explosions all over the city means, you know what, the high Nomu everywhere. Deku basically sees all these Nomus coming everywhere, as he starts to basically use his senses to see if his friend's okay. As for some weird reason, all of his friends are okay, but one of them life energy is starting to fade away very slowly. As He senses this. He grabs Todoroki's hand and he jumps off. Endeavor's like, what? Where are they going? As Anomu punches Endeavor in the face, as Endeavor says, never mind that, as he starts to fight the Nomu. Now, Izuku and Todoroki is like blushing as she's about to pass out due to all the embarrassment, and they instantly land in the alleyway. Todoroki instantly snaps out of it as soon as she sees whatchamacallit on the floor bleeding out. Ida on the floor bleeding out. Deku gets mad as he said, So you're the hero killer Stain. As Izuku instantly heals Ida. Ida's like, Izuku, what the hell are you doing here? This is my fight. As Midoriya smacks Ida on the back of his head, saying, "What the hell were you thinking? Thinking you could take on the hero killer by yourself? Are you stupid or something?" That's when Ida goes on to argue, saying, "But he hurt my brother. Thanks to him, he'll never be able to become a hero again." And then that's when Midoriya says, "If it means that much, take me to your brother, and I'll instantly heal him for you if you want me to." Ida hears this and says, "You can do it? You can do that?" Midoriya goes on to say, "Yeah, did you not see me heal? Did you basically not just see me repair a whole blown off hand?" As he goes on to remember the sports festival. As then he grabs Midoriya's shoulder, saying, "After this, Midoriya, can you please heal my brother?" As Midoriya says, "Yes, but first we need to get rid of this guy." As Stain says, "Listen, snot-nosed kid, you do your best to mind your own damn business." As Midoriya says, "Listen, we can either do this two ways. You stop where you stand and give up willingly and go to the police, and you could give up willingly and go to the police. Or two, I defeat you, I'll take your quirk, and I'll make you stupid." As Hero Killer Stain says this and saying, in his mind he starts to laugh, saying, "Ha! Take my quirk, how are you gonna do that?" "Ha! Well, you snotty-nosed kid. Let's see if you even stand a chance." Instantly, Stain rushes at Deku. As he's about to slice down on Deku, Deku stops the blade with his finger. As he breaks it instantly, the hero killer is like, "What?" Deku punches him in the gut as he falls to his knees. And then as Stain passes out, Deku grabs his collar and puts his thumb on his forehead. "Say goodbye to your quirk." As he takes away his quirk. Like his quirk is not there. His quirk is gone. Non-existent. Obliterated. So yeah, Deku takes away his quirk. As Stain passes out. Now, that being said, Deku instantly says, you weren't even a challenge." As he looks down on Stain with pity in his eyes, saying, "You hurt my friends ever. You won't be able to hurt anybody ever again." As basically Deku erases all of his memories, making him stupid. Now, because Deku knows, so what if I take his quirk? He's still going to be able to kill heroes. He'll eventually break out of prison and start killing again. So I'll just erase his memories. Hopefully he can form a new life. As all the heroes, as Deku takes Stain to the police, saying, "Ha, I caught the hero killer, took away his quirk, and erased all of his memories. The police are confused about this, saying, "Kid, what is your quirk?" As no, the chief of police comes out saying, "Kid, what is your quirk?" As he begins to think he might be connected to All For One somehow. Deku instantly says, "Oh, don't affiliate me with All For One. I know what you're thinking. My quirk is master of quirks. I can create quirks, give quirks, and take away quirks." The police chief sighs in relief, saying, and then as he sighs, he says, "Wait, what? Your quirk is to what?" As the chief of police did not believe this. And then that's when Todoroki and Ida were going to say, "Yes, this is true." And then that's when the chief of police were going to say, "Thank you for your bravery, but we cannot give this credit to you as you used your quirk." Deku says, "Oh, I'm fine with that. It's not like I only did it to help people. I really don't care about, I really don't care about the credit. If being a hero means credit or money or fame, then I really don't want to be a hero. The only reason I became a hero is to become the symbol of peace, the thing that villains fear, the thing that keeps them in the dark, the thing that everybody can look up to. Become somebody that everybody can grow on to depend on, love, and always trust. Who care? I don't care about social status. All I want to do is save people with a big smile on my face." As the police officer begins to see a bit of All Might begin to see a bit of All Might inside of the boy, as he starts to smirk. "Oh well, kid." As they arrest the hero killer Stain, as they try to get as seeing how Midoriya erased his memories, as now he's basically started all over again. So they're basically going to let him walk free, but under surveillance, a lot of it. And if any of his old friends tries to interfere with him, that's when. And if he ever learned about his past, that's when the quirk, Izuku's quirk, will start to kick in, erasing his memories again, as then erasing his memories again. So Stain lives a peaceful life. Some people are not okay with this. Some agree. Some hate the idea of, as they lost a lot of friends and family to that hero killer. Some try to even kill him, as they instantly get their license banned and they can no longer become heroes anymore. Those are the ones that basically, yeah. Now back to what I was saying before. Ida takes Midoriya to his brother's hospital, as Midoriya starts to heal Ida's brother. Like all his wounds, everything goes back to normal. Ida's brother is back to the way he was. Ida's brother goes and say, "What happened?" As Ida starts to cry and hugs his brother, saying, "Thank you, Midoriya, thank you." As the doctors are in disbelief, saying, "This kid has a very powerful healing quirk. Not even the best of the best in the city could fix this. And yet he fixed it without even with basically no ease at all. I mean, basically with no hard time at all. He wasn't even struggling." This Deku going to say, "Huh, I can't bring back the dead, but if you're still alive with just a short of breath, I can heal you instantly." As the doctor goes on to try to say, "Well, how about you quit being a hero and become a doctor?" Deku goes on to laugh and say, "No, thanks for the offer though. I'm gonna stay to become being a hero." As they all try to make, as they're all disappointed in this option, but they understand. Now, with that being said, but Deku ends up trying getting Todoroki back home. As on their way, they end up destroying a lot of the Nomu. As the Nomu are still attacking, Deku instantly stops time and basically destroy one Nomu after another. As he lets time resume again. But doing this actually made Izuku collapse. Made Izuku collapse as he passes out because he's attempted to use time stop, but every time he's tried, he's always ended up collapsing or passing out due to how powerful that quirk is. Now, with that being said, Todoroki picks him up and takes him back to UA. While she's doing this, she starts to blush a lot, saying, in her mind, she's like, why am I scared of, why am I feeling this way? It makes no sense. As Izuku sleeps the night over at UA. As they sleep. As Midoriya sleeps. The next day, he basically wakes up saying, what? Huh? Where am I? As Todoroki is sleeping on the other couch. They're just like, Izuku's like, huh, where's Endeavor? As Endeavor, actually guys, Endeavor ends up defeating most of the Nomu as he goes home waiting for Shuttle, but Shuttle never came that night. Shuttle actually stayed at UA in the, well, not at UA, but basically at Endeavor's, whatchamacallit, like his little, room for him to be interviewing for him to basically be training heroes, like the young heroes. So they spend the night over there since Izuku used his quirk too much and got exhausted. But Izuku wakes up first to see Todoroki pass out on the couch as he says, thank you very much. As he puts his thumb on her forehead, increasing her fire quirk by a lot and her ice quirk by a lot. So now her fire rivals that of Endeavor's, and you guys know Esdeath from basically from A Kill, whatever it was called. He basically, like, that's how powerful he makes her quirk, like an OP boss quirk. Yeah, as Deku would go to fall back asleep.